All right, guys. Sorry about the little snafu there. Something happened with the earlier live stream. So let's come back to this. So all right. So let's go ahead and start off again with our news here. Just gonna quickly review those. So a fair amount of news has come out to the market here. Um, we have some unemployment reports have come into the market. Um, we have non-farm payroll. We have a number of reports around earnings and private payrolls. So that have all has all been kind of reported into the market. We have some preliminary inflationary on the 5 year and the 1 year, and coming in at 10 a.m. this morning. And then we have Fed member Goolsby speaking here at around 10 a.m. And also we have the European option expiration coming in as well, coming in at 10 a.m. as well. Okay, which always has a potential of impacting the markets. All right. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and stop sharing. We'll just kind of quickly review the risk disclosure here. Okay. All right. So again, all the content that's being published by the market trader is to be used as general information only. None of the information that's being provided is an offer to buy, sell, recommend, endorse, sponsor any future security, company, or fund. We all understand that future trading does contain a substantial amount of risk. It's not for every investor, and that an investor could lose all or more of their investment capital. Only risk capital money that can be lost without jeopardizing one's financial security or lifestyle should be used for trading. Again, nothing contained herein is a solicitation to buy, sell futures, options, or forex, and past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right. So now that we got the risk disclosure out of the way, we'll go ahead and open up our charts here. Okay, and see if we can get those to display here. All right, getting closer. All right, so let's not look at micro gold. Let's look at the standard contract for gold, and let's go ahead and open this up. Let's turn off some of our indicators here, and let's take a look at this on a clean chart. Okay. All right, so it looks like we've kind of caught a bid, I guess, in the gold since the start of Monday, I guess. All right, we've been kind of in this rally mode in gold. Okay, so take a look at this on the daily chart. All right, so it looks like we were rallying at the moment. Okay, in the gold market right now. Again, we have this kind of triangle pattern that I've kind of alerted you guys of in the past. Seems like it's kind of an area of consolidation, but ultimately there's going to be a move in gold, right? I don't know if this is it. I don't know if this is the move that's going to cause price to accelerate through the top end of this triangle pattern. But there is a move in gold brewing. Okay. Now, question is whether it's to the upside or to the downside. That I don't know. But the fact that we have this consolidation pattern is an indication that there is something in the near horizon. Okay. All right. Moving on to the 4 hour chart. Like I had opened here. We've been kind of in this rally since Monday. Okay. So we've broken some structure here to the upside. Okay, there's our triangle pattern that we drew on the daily. So we have broken some structure to the upside here. I'm going to go ahead and mark that because that level could later serve as an area of support. Okay, so this area at around let's say 2680, okay, could offer us a location for price to reverse should it come back to it. Okay, so if price comes back to this level, I would expect that level to be supportive on the 4-hour chart. Okay, what do we have in the horizon for the 4-hour chart? Well, we have this level up here at 2740. Okay, well, we're a ways away from that, but nonetheless, we want to be aware of where price could potentially stall. Okay, and this would be a location where I would say that price could potentially stall around 2745. Okay, I feel that maybe outside of this kind of minor area that we're in at 2715, assuming that we get above that, I do feel that we do have a better than average chance of getting back to the highs here, okay, of 2745. Okay, all right, moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart, here we are. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and remove some of my drawing. Oh, actually, I'll remove the triangle pattern and leave the supply zone that I drew on the 4-hour because that's probably going to be something that's going to be come into focus here at some point. Okay, so like I said, we're in the midst of breaking some structure here to the upside. Okay, 30-minute has already broken, and now we have a kind of a continuation candle that is following at the moment. Okay, I'm going to go rely on the let's see, we're going to go ahead and open up initial balance to start. Okay, because the market has been open now already for 30 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and open up initial balance. Okay, that's our initial balance range here. Okay, so relatively probably a little bit on the wider side with all the news events that we had today. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open up ADR, which we've exceeded. We're going to open up ASR, which we are in the process of exceeding. Okay, so again, a lot of momentum in this market to the upside at the moment. Some of it probably is a result of some news. Okay, but nonetheless, the market seems to have some momentum to the upside. I look at my volume delta. My volume delta is on the positive side, so there are buyers that are stepping into this market. Okay, the news we had volume delta here below, and then which kind of rallied through, and now we see that volume delta is to the upside. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and draw my volume profile a little bit different, guys, because as you know, the U.S. session was close to trading yesterday. So I'm going to go and look back all the way to Wednesday's trade here to kind of establish my value range. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and locate my fixed range volume profile tool. I'm going to locate the start of Wednesday, and I'm going to drag that all the way across, okay, through Thursday, okay, right about here. Okay, so that's kind of my volume, my value area. Okay, so this area right here, I'm going to go ahead and extend the line here. Okay, so here we are. We have our value area high area here. Okay, again, similar to I guess what I had mentioned for I see 2680, I believe, was kind of an area of interest here, right? I identified this area here as an area of interest. I would say that value area high should, again, I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen today, but certainly at some point, I would expect that this area around 2692 is going to be an area of interest, okay, or support. All right. Another area I'm going to kind of identify is 2710. Okay. That would be a reasonable pullback area for price to come to. All right. Again, if we're looking for an opportunity to go long, very difficult to go long on a market that's moving to the upside with such vigor. Okay. I need some sort of pullback. Okay. I need some sort of pullback in price in order for me to participate in this market. Okay. Right. I need some sort of pullback in price. Well, what's the nearest location for that pullback? Well, I have an area of price structure at 2710. Okay. All right. That's going to be kind of the first area that I'm going to focus in on. We also have an area here above average session range here at 2713. Assuming that we get a price to hold, that might not be a bad level as well. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and open up our anchor VWAP. Okay. We're going to locate the start of London here, right about here. Okay. So there's our anchor VWAP. We're going to go ahead and open up our daily VWAP. Okay, where is our daily VWAP? Okay, there's our daily VWAP. So you can see that price is above those levels. So we're above value. We're above the anchored and daily VWAP. We've reached the average session and daily ranges, right? So again, the fact that we've exhausted them so early in the market is an indication that we could possibly be in a sustained move to the upside. Okay, that's within the realm of possibility. Okay, we all understand that this particular candle was obviously a little bit news driven. All right. But a fair number of buyers stepped in based on that news. Okay, so if you believe what they believe, then it probably is in our best interest to to follow or to enter to the long side. Okay, but we're just not going to enter at any random location, right? We're going to wait for an area, right, that has shown that it was either a price reference level where we can reasonably manage our risk. Well, that level right now for me again is right around that 2710 level. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and open up my chart here, my price levels here chart. And we're going to go ahead and add those here to the chart here in a second. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and add those here to the right if I can. All right. So here are our price levels that I'm tracking in this market. All right. Like I said, we've already exceeded some of these ranges, right? So 2713.4, assuming that we can get price to hold above it, then that might serve as a reference level for us to secure a execution to the long side. Okay. And then we have obviously the areas of anchor VWAP and daily VWAP. Okay. Initial balance range is a little bit on the wide side. So I'm going to be a little bit skeptical about the market's ability to exceed initial balance and continue this rally. It's not out of the question, but I'm going to be a little bit skeptical given the fact that we have an initial balance range that's relatively wide. Okay. All right. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. Like I said, I feel like I need to be looking for an opportunity to go long. Okay. But I can't really go long at the top of the market. Okay. I could look at maybe a possible short, but given the strength of this move, I can't expect it to really go too far. Maybe a move down to VWAP would be a reasonable move. If we do get below VWAP, maybe we make a rotation down through initial balance. But really, for me, it's kind of trying to figure out. I need more information from the market to really decide in what direction it wants to move. Okay. Right now, like I said, we're getting a push to the upside, but that push, again, I'm not going to chase that push. Right. I'm gonna wait for a level that allows me to manage my risk. Okay. And right now I have this dashed line drawn in at 27. What is that? 2710. Okay. That's my little dashed line that I've kind of drawn for myself. Assuming it could stay above that, maybe there is an opportunity for me to take an execution there. Okay. All right. Moving on to the crude oil market. Okay. Crude oil market also has rallied. Okay. Has been rallying. Okay. Overnight. We're going to go ahead and look at the daily chart. All right. We're going to start with the daily. Market has just opened here. So you can see that we're starting to break some structure to the upside. price structure, right? We've been in this range. We've been in this range for some time. Okay. And finally, we have some folks who have, so we've been in this range between say 67 to about say 73. Okay, we've been in this range. Now price has not exceeded that range, developed a little bit of a consolidation, and now has rallied back to the highs. Okay, so this 78 level is going to be an interesting level, I would say, for the longs. Okay, because they would need to exceed that level, otherwise they run the risk of the same participants that drove price back the other way. Okay, so this 78 level, okay, I would say is an important resistance level, all right, to the upside, okay, for this current move. Assuming that it does break that level, then I would say that 78 could be used as a reference level for further price moves to the upside. Okay, moving on to the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, we're starting to see kind of formations. We got this kind of higher highs and higher lows being established in the market. Okay, you can see that. You can see that starting to play out. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my initial balance here to make it a little bit clearer. Okay, so you can see that we're starting to make structure, starting to create some price structure that indicates that maybe there is some strength behind this move. Now, if you look at volume delta, well, volume delta right now we have 12,000 more buy orders than we have sell orders. Okay, so that's an indication that there is a fair, and it's increasing, right? So we've talked about this before. When I look at volume, I want to see volume increasing in the same direction as price. So price is increasing, volume is following suit. That's a good recipe for future upside move. Okay, 30-minute chart. All right, 30-minute chart. We have our daily VWAP. We're above it. Okay, we're above our daily VWAP. We are going to go ahead and open up our anchor VWAP here in a second. I'm going to locate the start of London. It's right about here. Okay, so that's above as well. We're going to pick our fixed range volume profile. Again, we're going to look at past, right? We're going to start with Wednesday here. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and stretch that out all the way through Thursday. Okay. Right about, let's see, Thursday. Today was Friday. Okay. I don't know. I think probably went too far on that, but let's do it till there. Okay. All right. You can see that the market has rallied. All right. We're well above the value range, right? We're kind of gone vertical here, right? Whether this is sustained or not, that's not for me to judge. Okay. What I know is that the market is moving in an upward direction. Okay. And I need to decide on whether I'm going to participate in it. And if I am going to participate in it, where would that be? Well, right now, for me on this chart, I would say that 76 would be a reasonable area for maybe an execution. That's my anchored VWAP. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open up my ADR levels, which I'm assuming we exceeded. ASR, probably similar fate here. So yeah, we've exceeded our levels to the upside. So again, indications that maybe we are in a sustained move to the upside. We're going to go ahead and open up initial balance. The initial balance range is relatively narrow. Okay. So the narrower the range, the easier it is going to be for me to participate in a potential trendy move, right? Because I won't have to take all that much in the way of risk here, right? So we're only about 15 minutes into this candle, okay? Into eventually we'll need another 15 minutes into a 30-minute candle that's developing. I'm going to be interested to see, what this second 30-minute candle does, and then decide from there. If it does exceed initial balance, okay, to the upside, then I'm going to use initial balance as my reference level to support a trade to the long side. If initial balance breaks to the downside, well, I have some downside targets here, right? I have 76 and maybe as low as 75.95 for maybe a potential trade if I am so inclined. Okay. And I can use the initial balance low as my reference for the trade. Okay. We're going to go ahead and add our levels to this chart here. Okay. So here we are. We're going to add levels to the chart. There's our levels for this chart. I just did the 4-hour 4-hour supply zones because we had broken some 4-hour supply zones. So the new supply zones are well above the market at 78.25. Okay. So we had, I believe, some supply zones here around. I can't recall, but it was certainly in the 76 ranges. Okay. So that's kind of what we're looking at in the market right now. We need to understand exactly where price is going to move. Okay. My focus right now is the initial balance range, and I'm going to be focusing in on exactly which direction of the initial balance range is price going to go. Is it going to exceed to the upside? That would be the more natural, right? Or is it going to come back and see if they can recruit more buyers? Okay, to make that next leg up, and if so, then maybe we can participate in a trade because we are a little bit extended to the upside. Okay, in this market, we don't stay too long away from our daily VWAP before we come back to revisit it. Okay. So right now, again, it would not be unreasonable to take maybe if we got the price action to support it for maybe a possible trade down to VWAP or down to daily VWAP. Okay. Anchor VWAP or daily VWAP. Okay. But the market is to the upside. And if we're not really keen in taking that kind of counter trend trade, then we need to remain patient, okay, and wait for our price reference level where we can manage our risk, right? That's what we're here for, right? We're here to manage our risk. We're not here to take reckless trades in any direction. We're trying to identify areas where price has been and where price has offered us opportunities to manage our risk. Okay, that's our goal, right? Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and move on to the equity market. Okay. So here we are, had a little bit of a sell-off as a result of the news. Okay. A little bit of a sell-off. We came down to a logical place, right? Right down to average daily range, average session range, to look for maybe a potential reversal in price. Okay. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the daily here really quick. All right. Now, the daily is indicating that maybe there is some more downside opportunity in this market. But this price has come to the same area it's come to over the past, I don't know, close to a month here. And every time it's come down to this 21,000 level, it's reversed away from it. Came down to 21,000 here, reversed away. Down to 21,000, reversed away. Now, what we are seeing is the market's ability to rally. Okay, so we rallied, okay, and then reversed away. But the second rally was not able to exceed the swing that the first rally made. Okay, so that's an indication that maybe we are moving into a market that's becoming bearish. Okay, so that's kind of what that's saying. All right. All right, so let's move on to the 4-hour chart. Okay, so 4-hour chart, we have here, we'll turn off initial balance here for a second. All right, so 4-hour chart, we have a developing bearish engulfing in a market that's otherwise looking like it's becoming more and more bearish. Okay, every solid move that we've had here this week has been to the downside. Okay. All our bullish moves have been muted, right? Muted move up, big rally down, muted move up, muted move up, another big rally down. Okay. So again, market appears to be looking to move lower. Okay. But we're not going to participate in a market that's moving lower at the low of the market, right? We're going to look again for reference levels that we above us, right? We're going to sell strength, right? To look for opportunities to the downside. Okay. All right. Looking at the 30-minute chart. Again, we were talking about this on the open. Price is found an area of support here at average daily range low, average session range low, which is logical, right? If an instrument moves in these ranges, then these ranges should offer us opportunities for reversal in price. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and open up our fixed range volume profile here. We're going to go back to Wednesday. We're going to drag that all the way to the start of Friday here. I do this because the markets were closed yesterday. All right. So there's our value range. You can see that price is basically below value. All right. So again, this area right here could offer me a location, right, to support a bearish trade, right? Value area low. That would be a logical location for price to head lower. Okay. Now, if price manages to close inside value, well, we could basically rotate to the highs of Friday. Okay. But we're a ways away from that. Okay. Right now we have some structure. We've just broken to the downside, closed a 30-minute candle below some price structure here. So I have to imagine whoever got in these positions are going to defend them. Okay. And they have large cash to do that. Okay. So I'm going to mark this as a resistance level. I'm going to mark this as a resistance level because these are areas of prior support. Okay. What was supportive can now become resistant. So all these areas here could offer us reversals in price. Okay. In this market, right? Now, if we start to break structure to the upside, then I need to start to change my tune. Okay. Right now, my tune is to the short side because I'm seeing price is being broken to the short side. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and add our levels here to this chart. Okay, that I'm tracking. All right. So 21,000. Okay. 21,000 is an important level to the downside. Notice how close we came in to 21,000 before we started to wake up some bulls. Okay. We got to about 21,050 and longs began to step into the market. Okay. So these levels mean something. These levels people are watching and monitoring. Okay. All right. So we have our 22,000 is our supply zone above us. We have 21,000 as our 4-hour demand. We have a value area low here at 21,307. Okay, which is within tolerances, guys. The value ranges that I've drawn here are a little bit different than normal because I've had to extend a couple of days of price action. Okay. So yeah, we're just talking areas here now. Okay. So, I mean, just looking at this from a 30-minute perspective, I would assume that everyone would agree that this area is now kind of established as maybe a sell zone. Okay. So all these areas here for me are areas for maybe price to continue to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and move and create my anchor VWAP here. So you can see that price is below our daily and our anchored VWAP, indicating that we could see further price action to the downside. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the ES. Okay. And take a look at that. We'll go ahead and, kind of skip the daily view here because I suspect that we're going to get a same relative opinion here. So we're going to focus in on our 30-minute chart. That's our chart. I will take a look at the 4-hour, okay, because that is a daily level. You can see that it's developing a bearish engulfing candle, but it's developing a bearish engulfing candle in an area of support. Had it been developing a bearish engulfing candle in an area of supply, that's something to take notice of, okay? But the fact that we are in an area of demand, and not to say that it cannot continue, but I would expect that we would see some buyers in this area, okay? Moving on to the 30-minute chart. Okay, 30-minute chart, we're at the average daily low, average session lows here in this market. We had a pretty strong volume coming into the downside. Now we have an excess of buyers coming into this market, trying to, I guess, stave off sellers from kind of ruling the market. Okay, all right. So let's go ahead and add our levels to this chart. Okay. So 5,900 is an important level. Notice where price is hanging around right now is around this 5,900 level. Notice where my ADR ranges, my ASR ranges are at 5,800, 5,900. Okay, so that's a level of relative importance. Okay, so again, I'm going to go ahead and draw some of the similar levels that we drew here for the Nasdaq. We're going to draw in for the I'm going to say 5940. Okay, is going to be an interesting level, I would say, for the market. I would not anticipate. Okay, that the market. I would anticipate that the market could fall from there. Okay, if price manages to close above 5960, well then maybe I need to change my tune. Okay, but right now I would say that 5940 seems like a logical place for me to take an execution to the downside. I'm going to go ahead and open up my fixed range volume profile. I'm going to go ahead and locate the start of Wednesday here. It's right about here. I'll drag that across to the close of Thursday, right about there. And you can see right at that same level that we were talking about, right? Even without volume profile, right? Here we are. We can see that this is value area low, okay? That is a logical location for price to stall, okay, and continue to the downside, okay? So that that would be an area that maybe I would want to set an alert for, okay? Because if price does get to that level and reacts the way I would expect it to react, then that can offer us I would say a decent opportunity to the downside, okay? All right, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and add our levels to this chart, okay, that I'm tracking. All right, copy here, paste here. Okay, these are the levels that I'm tracking in this market. Okay, 5,900, relatively important level of demand in this market. If it's going to hold, this would be a logical location for it to hold. Okay. Again, as I mentioned, I'm going to be patient with this market. I'm going to wait for this market to come up to a level where I can maybe take an execution to the downside, but not in an area of support. I'm going to wait for a small rally here up to this value area low area and look for some price action to indicate that maybe that's indeed the case, that they are going to take price lower. Okay. All right. I think that is pretty much all I have, guys. Happy to entertain any questions you might have if you have them. Okay. See, value area high. Yeah. Okay. If there are no questions, then we'll go ahead and close off the session. It is a Friday. I know that with the little interruption here that we had with Jimmy Carter's funeral, that could have obviously messed with the market here a little bit. So it is a Friday. If you've had a good week, it's Capital Preservation Friday. Don't want to spoil a good week and being aggressive on a day that's usually not a very generally not a good day to look for necessarily trending moves. Okay, Fridays tend to be rangy kind of days, so we have to kind of treat it as such. Okay, so we're just getting the open of the market here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start to open up my initial balance range here, so you can kind of get the initial balance to establish here on this market. All right, there's my initial balance that's forming in this market. All right, so and right around this VWAP. Okay, so again, guys, I think that's pretty much it for me. So we'll call it a session here, so that I can actually focus my attention a little bit more deeply into the session and see what opportunities I want to take in the market. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna add a link here, guys, because we are offering this session as a kind of a complimentary session here. because this analysis is now behind a membership wall. So I am going to add a link here. Again, I guess further promoting me and further supporting me and my ability to continue to do what I do. All right, and continue to invest in the portal that I need to invest. Okay, in order to sustain. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add the link here for those who might be interested in taking a look at maybe some options on the membership side. Okay, and so I'm going to provide that link, and we'll close off with maybe a little promotion here of the various levels and talk through the various levels. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right, so here is the link. I'm gonna put that into chat. Okay, there's a link. All right, and then I'm just gonna spend a few minutes here, guys, just to kind of talk through the various levels of the membership here. So we'll go ahead and use this a few minutes here to do that. And then we'll go ahead and close. Okay, so let's see if I can locate that. There it is. All right. I think this is visible. Yeah. Okay. So guys, there's three main levels that we've created here at the Market Trader. The Market Trader starter level is really an offline level. Okay. Basically, that avails you to some videos on educational videos around trading. But it's again, it's recorded, available to you offline. Okay, it's kind of like a more of a self-service kind of model. Okay, the Market Trader Plus and the Market Trader Pro is where you get access to me live. Okay, so the Market Trader Plus is the first of those, and that will allow you access to this session that we're in right now. Allow you to ask any questions of the market as I'm analyzing the market. Okay. So that would access you to everything that the starter offers, but also provide you access to live sessions as they become available. Okay. And then the last one of these sessions is the Market Trader Pro series. And that's where maybe 1 to 2 days a week here, you'll be given access to me live, reviewing the markets in live, looking for opportunities to trade. So you'll be able to look over my shoulder, listen to what maybe some things that I'm looking at to understand whether it's an opportunity that I want to use my capital on. So that's the Market Trader Pro. Okay, so 3 levels, 3 different price points, all in my humble opinion, very nominal price to get some access to somebody who's been at this for a number of years and who's funded. Okay. All right. I think that's it for me, guys. The link to the membership is there. Information about the memberships is I had just shared. So we'll go ahead and close the session off again as we normally would with trade well, trade safe, trade like a pro, be a market trader. All right, guys, have an excellent day trading, and we'll talk soon. Yeah, don't be afraid to hit like and subscribe, guys. Okay, let me know if this resonates. Let others know that this does resonate with you as well. Okay.